Hello from San Antonio, this is Siren. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. What's blocking your blessings? Subscriber's request. This reading is timeless, and for this reading there are 3 different piles to choose from. This is pile 1. This is pile 2. And this is pile 3. Go ahead and make your selection. If you chose pile 1, here's your reading. The Hanged Man, Queen of Cups, 6 of Wands, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, 10 of Wands, Tower, 10 of Wands again, the Sun. I'm seeing low energy, and too much concern with what other people think. You may be really close to your mom, and she could have this really strong, domineering personality. Or there could be someone in your life, I'm seeing a maternal influence, but someone who has this hold on you, and you're really invested on what this person thinks about you, and you want to do something that pleases this person. I see you seeking this person's approval. It could be you come from a background where your parents had really rigid expectations for you. And you have this fear of disappointing your parents. But I'm seeing someone who is very passive and confused. You don't have a clear idea on what exactly you want. A lack of clarity on how you want to use your energy. Confusion on what exactly you want to manifest. So if you are looking outside yourself, you're looking to everyone around you for guidance, and you're ignoring your own intuition, and you're feeling powerless, feeling like you can't manifest the life that you want, well, that's going to block you. That's going to keep you in this very stagnant Hanged Man energy. If you're waiting for someone to come in and shake things up, if you're waiting for someone to come in and act as a catalyst, that's going to block you. That's what I'm really seeing for pile 1. I'm seeing you waiting for something external to happen to jumpstart your life. You could come from a place of codependency. You may feel like you can't create anything on your own. You can't start things on your own. You may struggle with insecurities. You may feel like you're intellectually inferior. You may have trouble communicating. I feel like you're probably lacking fire in your natal chart. And I can relate to this because I lack fire in my natal chart. I have Neptune and Sagittarius, and that's it. That's all I have. The rest is all earth and air, and then I have Mercury and Pisces. So I lack water and fire in my natal chart. But here I'm seeing someone who probably has a lot of water and not much fire in your natal chart. You could have a lot of stuff in the 12th house, which is the house of Pisces. And so it's hard for you to get started. You feel like someone has to be your coach or your drill sergeant. I'm seeing low energy. I'm seeing passivity. You may have this latent creativity that you're not aware of. It's like I say again and again, we're all creative. We're born creative. We're not all going to be Picasso or Frida Kahlo or Beethoven, but we can all create. And that's the quickest way I know of to get into a high vibration is creating. Writing in a journal, painting, doing visual art, making collages, doing a vision board, learning an instrument, playing music. The fire energy at its highest vibration, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, the highest vibration of fire is about feeling good, loving who you are, and expressing who you are with total confidence. Taking a risk, starting a business, working from home, thinking outside the box. The fire energy is also about being in your body. So you look at the first house, which that's about our physicality. That's where the ascendant is, the first house, the house of Aries. Being in your body, loving your body, getting out, exercising, dancing, doing yoga, being energetic. If you lack fire in your natal chart, you have the tendency to think that you have nothing of value to contribute. You think that you aren't creative, you aren't dynamic. A lack of fire does suggest a lack of confidence. So if you chose pile 1, and if this resonates at all, I would encourage you to start by getting a manifestation journal, envisioning and writing down the life that you want to create, your optimal life. What does that look like to you? If you feel this urge to be creative, to be a visual artist or a musician, an actor, actress, writer, whatever, and you're surrounded by people who say you have to be practical, you have to do this thing and this thing to make money, start rebelling by honoring your intuition, your higher self. Writing down the life that you believe you're here for. Maybe work a regular job if that's all that's available right now, is just working some regular job just to make a paycheck. But when you have time to yourself, spend that time creating, strategizing. You know, I've been a writer for decades. I never made enough money from my writing to just do that full time. There always had to be something else, you know, some bullshit job that I didn't really care about, working in a call center, taking phone calls from pissed off customers. You know, all these jobs that I've been working since I was a teenager, I knew that wasn't my purpose. Waiting tables was not my purpose. Taking phone calls from pissed off customers, that definitely was not my purpose. It wasn't until I started reading tarot cards at this channel in 2018 that I found something that I'm good at, I enjoy it, and it keeps the lights on. So I go through probably 5-6 journals a year. I'm always writing in my journals. I've got a journal just for shadow work, and I've got a shadow for manifestations. I've got journals. I'm always writing. And I've not given up my dreams of someday making my living as a writer. I love writing. I passionately love writing. So, find whatever it is that sets your soul on fire and commit yourself to that thing. And ignore the naysayers. I know that's easier said than done. But honor yourself. Honor your higher self first and foremost. Because what I'm seeing here is someone who is very hungry for a more active life. You're hungry for experiences. You're hungry for that high vibration, just feeling good in your own skin. I feel like you're listening to the wrong people and you're holding yourself back. You're doubting your worth and you're lacking confidence. So to sum it up for pile 1, I would say low energy and a lack of confidence. That's what's blocking you from your blessings. So that's what I have. If that resonates, please let me know. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Muchas gracias. And if you chose pile 2, we have the Hermit, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles again, 8 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. This is similar to pile 1. I'm seeing a parent, probably a father or a paternal figure, who has exerted a lot of control over your life. You have it in your head that you need to meet this person's expectations. And this person is very rigid and very judgmental. I'm seeing Capricorn, but that can be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. This person is just all about making money however you can make it, and forget about feeding your soul. This person's very situated into 3D. This person is very adept at making money, and he has rigid expectations. Could be a female as well, but I'm seeing a strong masculine energy. Not warm, not loving, not compassionate. And I can relate to this because my dad is a Taurus, and he is the epitome of the King of Pentacles. Very cold, not a good dad when I was younger. He left when I was 6, and he was a terrible father. But he's always been very good at making money. Dropped out of high school in 10th grade, but he's been able to make a lot of money on his own with a very limited education. So, if I had lived my life trying to meet my father's expectations, trying to please him, well then I would have just, I don't know, I would not have been happy at all if I had lived my life by that measure. That was never going to happen. There's not anything I could have done other than, I don't know, marrying someone who had money, or being a doctor or a lawyer, maybe. There's nothing I could have done to meet his expectations. It was impossible, an impossible quest. So I went in the opposite direction, and I did what fed my soul, and I've made a lot of mistakes. It's all been trial and error, but I'm much more comfortable with this energy, the King of Cups. My dream daddy, King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. He's very warm, compassionate. He's all about feeding your soul, doing what feeds and frees your soul. So you're at odds here. It could be that you have more water in your natal chart, and this person you're trying to please has more earth. Or you could have water and earth in your natal chart, and you're battling yourself. Do you do what puts the food on the table, or do you feed your soul? Well, you can do both. It's hard, but it's like I was saying in pile 1. You can work whatever job you have to work just to put food on the table, and you can still feed your soul when you're not working. You know, you can write, you can create, make art, music, whatever, until you're good enough with whatever you're creating that you can make that your source of income. 8 of Swords in the center. I see you being stuck. I see you beating yourself up. To me, this is really about a relationship. You seeking the approval of someone else. Feeling like you have fallen short of someone's measures. You have not met someone's expectations. And so I see possibly self-loathing. You may feel like you're not getting much support from those around you, and you feel lonely as hell. You feel like no one understands you. Um, you may be wrestling with demons from your childhood. You may be recovering from trauma. I just got a trauma workbook at Amazon, and I just had my first counseling session online this morning or this afternoon. I'm 48 years old, and I'm still trying to resolve things from my childhood. So, there could be some of that. There may be this need to finally lay some things to rest, to recover and rise above things from your childhood. I'm seeing a controlling parent. I'm seeing a controlling father. This can also just be the feeling that you need to reconcile the 3D with the 5D, showing up in the 3D, but still trying to, I don't know, find your bliss in the 5D. So the 3D is all about being competent, showing up, holding down a job, paying the bills, doing the mundane shit, taking care of business, getting from point A to point B. That's all 3D. That's where we live. That's planet Earth. The 5D is your intuition, your dreams, the downloads, the psychic stuff. A lot of people are running around in the 3D and they have no idea how to get into the 5D. They have that part of themselves blocked. Because they have to win at all costs. They have to succeed. They have to make the money, make bank. And people go and they go and they go and they hit a brick wall eventually, and they have a midlife crisis, or they wake up and realize they're not happy in their marriage, or they chose the wrong career. So they pick a new career when they're 50 years old, something like that. So the need for pile 2 is to reconcile the 3D with the 5D. Do what you have to do to survive, obviously, but feed your soul. And if you react to everything around you, you're always going to be reacting. I learned that lesson a long time ago. There's always going to be some bullshit to react to. You know, there's always going to be someone who is criticizing you, someone who doesn't agree with the way you wear your hair, the way you speak, your politics, your personality. You're always going to have something, someone coming in and just tearing you down. So, to truly access the hermit mode, that means turning off the noise of other people, the noise of social media, the noise of YouTube, going in deep and checking in with your higher self and finding your center, finding your peace. And when you really find that, when you find that peace, no one can take that from you. No one can rob you of the peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's a work in progress. You know, but when you really plug into that hermit energy and you find your peace, you find your satisfaction, no one can take that from you. And you can find that anywhere, regardless of your circumstances. I use Damien Eccles as an example a lot, a man who was wrongfully incarcerated for a triple homicide he didn't commit. He was on death row in Arkansas for almost 2 decades, over 10 years. And he found his peace and his power on death row. So you can find that in the most deplorable of circumstances. There's really no excuse. Any of us can access that at any time. But to access that, you have to be crystal clear with your boundaries. You can't let people come in and just trample your boundaries. I don't care who they are, a parent, a child, a spouse, a lover, a friend. You've got to come to a place in your life where you decide you're going to let no one, you'll allow no one to stomp the mud from their boots all over your clean linoleum. So, keep a clean house, literally and metaphorically. Keep a short account with God. I'm not talking about Christianity, I'm talking about keeping a short account with yourself, doing the work, going in deep, doing shadow work. I got a book recently at Amazon on shadow work. I talked about it in my latest webcam Sinistry Soup video. So, I would say, to sum it up for pile 2, is that you're blocked by the opinion of others, the expectations of others, and being in reaction mode. You're getting pulled into all these dramas, all these conflicts, and you're neglecting your 6th house, which that's the house of Virgo. I really feel like for pile 2, if this resonates at all, you would find shadow work invaluable. Any repressed rage that you have, any bad feelings you have, guilt, shame, envy, jealousy, regret, whatever, vomit it all out. Put it all down on paper. Write it down. Purge. That's the word for pile 2. Purge. So that's what I have. I hope that helps. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Muchas gracias. And if you chose pile 3, we have judgment, death, 5 of Pentacles, the Moon, King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, Queen of Wands. Garden variety codependency. You don't feel like you're the author, the creator of your own life. You feel like you were just assigned a role when you were born, and that's your role until the day you die. So there's a script, someone else wrote it, and you're just here to say your lines. Show up, say your lines. I'm seeing a fear of really going in deep and facing your demons. I'm seeing someone who has repressed a lot. You just pushed it down. You don't want to face it. You don't want to look in the mirror and see who you really are. I see a facade. I see this manic need to impress other people and be the best version of yourself at all times. Put on the makeup, make sure the hair and nails are perfect. You're overly concerned with what the people around you think. I'm pretty much getting the same thing for all 3 piles. It's very other focused. This lack of really knowing who you are, facing the truth of who you are, just repressing, denying, putting on the show. Feeling like your value, your worth is determined by other people. If you don't have the status quo marriage, if you don't have the life that looks good on Facebook and Instagram, the perfect breakfast, the perfect vacation, the perfect kids, the perfect husband or wife, the perfect dog, the perfect cat, well, then your life is shit. You got to keep up with the Kardashians. You got to keep up with Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. That's exhausting. And that's why I can't do social media. I see it for the sham that it is, because I've known people who look absolutely immaculate on Facebook. And when you turn the camera off, their lives are shit. And that's just the truth. People who put on a show, I don't know why they feel the need to put on a show. Who are they trying to impress? Someone they went to high school with 20 years ago? Their grandparents? Their cousins? I don't know. But I don't buy into that bullshit. So I do YouTube, and that's it. I've got a LinkedIn profile, that's it. So how many selfies does it take to prove that you've got worth, to prove that you have value? Just denying your feminine self, denying your higher self, denying your intuition. Does it look good on social media? Well, then it's good. That's all that matters. The pictures at Facebook. The relationship, the fairy tale storybook relationship that doesn't exist. Very similar to pile 2, repressed rage. Repressed rage turns into depression. It turns into the low vibe of 4 of Cups, just sitting around waiting for something to happen, waiting for someone to happen. I've done readings before for clients, private readings. Well, someone has to be in love with me. If this person is not in love with me, someone has to be in love with me. Yeah, start with yourself. If you're not madly, truly, deeply in love with yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, your shadow, all of it, how can you expect someone else to come in and just start blowing up your phone? You got to blow up your own phone. You got to find your value, your worth, before anyone else does. We assign ourselves our value and our worth. If you're waiting out in the snow, just waiting to be invited inside this church, and you're just out in the snow, a beggar. It's like I tell clients all the time, talking about law of attraction, manifestation. You can go to God, source, spirit, creator, whatever, and say, I'm tired of being out in the cold. I want to manifest a divine union, an optimal life partnership. I want to manifest a soulmate. The answer you'll receive is that that's a really popular request. A lot of people want that. Take a number, get in line. So the universe does not reward lack. The universe meets us exactly where we're at. So if you're not in love with yourself in your life, if you're stuck in 4 of Cups, you're going to keep getting more of the same. You're going to get into these relationships where there's the oppressor and the oppressed, the powerful and the powerless, just garden variety codependency, where it's going to fizzle out eventually. It's going to get stale really quick. If you go into a relationship expecting someone to fill your cups, you've got to fill your cups yourself. You've got to assign your value. These are the 2 biggest red flags in the deck, the 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups, my 2 least favorite cards. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. What does it mean when the King of Wands is in blissful union with the Queen of Wands? I can tell you because I can speak from experience on this. Okay, it's like I was saying for, pile 1. I don't really have any fire In my natal chart, I have Neptune and Sagittarius, and that's it. But I do have a pretty decent fifth house. My fifth house is Capricorn. Fifth house is the house of Leo. I've got Mars, Jupiter, North Node, and Vertex in Leo. Okay. And like I've said numerous times, I do consider myself a love addict and a codependent in recovery. But my first marriage was terrible. It was boring. It was stagnant. My husband would come home from work, turn on the television and say, "Don't talk to me. I need to just zone out. Don't talk to me." So I was going crazy in that marriage. We were living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His family was in New York. Mine was in Texas. We had no family. We had no friends. It was just us and the television and the computer screen. And I was going out of my fucking mind. So, started a new job at T-Mobile. Made some friends. This one guy that I met, he had a cable access show called To Face the Nation. He was looking for a writer. I said, I'm a writer, so we started hanging out. He became my second husband. I left my first husband to be with my second husband, who has a lot of stuff in Leo. He's got Sun, Moon, and Mars in Leo. So when the two of us were together in the beginning, it was pure fire. It was pure magic. We were creating together. We were doing the show. Sex was next level. It was amazing. That marriage ended because codependency, but when it was good in the beginning, it was really good. It was magical. And I'm very glad that I had that marriage because of my son. But when these two get together, the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, an empire is created. This is the most creative match in the tarot. When they're together, they have amazing sex, they laugh, they create. You can find this union in yourself before it manifests externally. So what does that mean? It means create, laugh, find the high vibration in yourself, feel good about yourself and your life. Do the shadow work, get your hands dirty, go down to the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, go down to that hell and get your gold. Take it, claim it. Turn these cards upside down. So, where you're being blocked, pile 3, is you're not finding the high vibration, the value, the worth in yourself. You're making that contingent on a relationship, on other people. You're looking outside yourself. So it's been pretty much the same thing for all 3 piles. But here, it's really stark. It's a really loud message to have 4 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles in the same spread. And starting off with Judgment, way too much concern with what other people think. Find your bliss, find your joy, realize your value, and carve it in stone. So, that's what I have. If that resonates, let me know. And that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.